Today's lesson, you're going to learn how to slay Riff by Mighty Riff, Empress Rising by Monolith. What's going on, and welcome to Beholden to the Riff. My name is Jared. Thank you so much for checking out this video. So we're going to break this song down into 3 riffs. We're going to start things off with the classic and instantly recognizable main riff. From there, we're going to go into the verse riff, followed up by the bridge riff, which is extra heavy. For the tone in this one, I'll be using a Darkglass M500 head, ran through a 4x12 cab sim, and the Fuzzlord FU2 pedal based on the classic Hyperfuzz. This pedal is a monster and is perfect for dialing in that thick, heavy fuzz with a nice amount of attack. I'll be using a Fender Precision bass laced up with Ernie Ball power slinkies, tuned down to B standard. So grab your racks, tune down a few steps, and let's do this. All the action is going to be happening on the lowest 2 strings. We're going to have the open B string, and on the E string, we're going to have the 5, 7, and 8th frets. So here's the main riff played at a slower tempo. So the first 2 notes are an octave. We're going to play the open B. Then we're going to hit the B on the 7th fret, E string. From there, we're going to go 5, 7, 8 on the E string. So you can play it a couple ways. You can do first finger, 3rd finger, pinky. Or you can do a first finger, 3rd finger, and then shift up and catch that 8th fret with your 3rd finger. The tempo is slow enough so that either way is cool to be able to get back to that 5th fret. So you can use your pinky or not. So now let's check out what our right hand should be up to. So we're going to use our first finger to hit that open E, then our first finger to hit the 7th fret on the E string here. So when we move up to that E string, we're going to use alternate picking. So when we pick each note, we're going to alternate between these 2 fingers. We're going to go first, second, first, second. So the last note here, played on the 7th fret, we're going to end up playing it with our first finger. From there, just kind of rake back with your first finger and catch that open B string. The last time we played the main riff in that intro section, we come back, we hit that open B, and essentially just let it hang until it doesn't ring out anymore, even starts to feed back a little bit. Riff number 2 starts out with that same octave shape, that open B, then we go up to the 7th fret E string. From there, we're going to be on the E string, 5, 7, 7, then 7, 6, 6. Gets really nasty right there. Kind of repeats that a few times. Just like the main riff, try to stick with that alternate picking out here too. We're going to play riff number 2 twice. Here's the ending of the first time we play it. So it starts exactly the same with that octave. Then we're 5-7-7 on the E string. From there, it's going to be 7-10-10, still on the E string. I like to shift up, catch that first 7 with my first finger, and then the 10s with my third finger. So here's the ending of the second time we play riff number 2, nice and slow. Starts out with the octave. From there, jumps back to the B string, 6th fret. Hit that one with your middle finger here. Then we hit the 6 again, then jump down to the 3. So here's riff number 2, played all the way through at a slower tempo. So if you check out the tabs, you'll see a riff 2A. So even though it's the same notes, it's the same riff, I made the distinction between the two just to indicate to play it a little differently. I think he plays it a little harder. He may even add another layer of fuzz or something to it, but it gets beefier and it like gets a little heavier even. So, you know, if you're playing riff 2 like this, riff 2A is just all out. So you can attack a little harder with your right hand. Or, you know, throw on a boost, just beef it up a little bit. Here's the first half of riff number 3. So it starts out with that same octave. Then we're going to stick to the low B string. It goes open, open, 1 open. So in this part, we switch time signatures. In this riff, we're switching from 4 beats per measure to 6 beats per measure. Here's the first measure of riff number 3, and I'll count the beats along as I play it, or try to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next half comes up to the 6th fret. Then 3, 3, 5, 1 on the B string. Here's the second half once again. Has 6 beats as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here they are back to back. Next part of riff number 3 starts out the same. So the riff ends with this killer turnaround. We're going to be on the E string. We're going to use the frets, the 6th, 5th, and 3rd frets. So this end has a really cool timing. We're going to jump back into the 4 beats per measure for 2 measures. The first measure of 4 happens when we go to the 6th fret here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and from there we shift down to the 5th fret, and it's going to be 5, 3, 5. The phrase finishes off in style with this 6th fret, then to the 5th fret. Here's those 2 measures of 4 together. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... One more time. Like really makes this riff really interesting. Kind of breaks up the song a little bit, makes this riff just stand out. So it kind of surprises us. You know, we've been playing this kind of same feel for, you know, almost 8 minutes now, and then when we slip into that 6 beats per measure, it really perks up our ears. Like, hey, you know, like what just happened here? And then they really shake things up with that. You know, those 2 measures of 4 at the end. It's just awesome. Here's riff 3 all the way. Just like riff 2 and 2A, riff 3 and 3A are the same notes and same everything, just a different vibe. So riff 3A sounds like he's sliding up to the 7th fret and really like adding some nastiness right here. So it's like, so in addition to this kind of sliding up here and really adding some vibrato, it sounds like he's doing a little more sliding around, and it gets a little sludgier and thicker here. So I'll play through riff 3A a couple times, add that, you know, the vibrato here and some of those slides. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you dug the lesson, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the baddest t-shirt on the planet. There's a link down below. Empress Rock!